what better way to start the day than grabbing some pigs? Why is this so slow sometimes? Ooh, weird. The other thing, we found a couple of changes to this, which I think are deliberate. They now have the other pigs, the pigs that are in here normally without the game, are running as well. And the other thing is that gate opened one time and we couldn't, and the pigs all ran away. They were supposed to catch, so we couldn't catch them. So it's a little bit, they've changed the game a little bit, I think. The running away one is annoying because if they all run away, then you have to just wait and do the job again, which is less than ideal. Pig is just gonna chill there till I catch it. And it's just hard because there's now running pigs that aren't our pigs, so there's a dead pig there. This is weird. It's just like every once in a while it's just painfully slow. Why is there a dead pig here? Why is there a dead pig here? Alright, I must have 6 pigs because I can't carry them. We've really got a plan for pigs because you really should not have anything in your pockets when you do pigs. We've got stuff in our pockets today, so. Slipped away my ass. Fucker. He's all done his, but I have to do more. You have to figure out which pigs are the ones to chase now. Because they all run. Which does kind of make sense that they... What? Excuse me. I caught that pig. I caught that pig fair and square. Alright, I got one more pig. Where the fuck is he? Where's my pig? Is my pig over here? It is. Why there's so many dead pigs? Ah! I was too busy looking at the dead pig. Did you get all the pigs from in here? Yeah, you did.
We can go like 2 more times, I believe.
Okay. So every once in a while, the minigame goes really slow in here, and I don't know what makes it go slower. I don't know. And the other thing was this gate was open this morning. It was open. It normally is not, and it's locked now. But the pigs that were in here before we started the game started to come out. And that was a bad sign, because once we started the game, this gate opened, and all the pigs we were supposed to chase came running out. And you know, we went to chase after them, and Angelo's like, no, go back to Area 5. And we're like, oh, okay. We have no pigs. We each had caught 1 pig at that point, and that was it. That's all we got from that round was 2 pigs. This is MJ. He's for some reason he's impaled himself on this trough. This is actually a pretty fun game. I used to hate this game. Well, I hated it with the chickens because they're smaller. Like, I just really sucked at it. Now I suck less. That's what's happened. You know what I honestly wish is that the grain, like gathering when you go to get the hay or when you go to get the wheat to make flour, it's so annoying. That game is so irritating because you have to mash the H like a bunch of times to get it to activate. You have to be if you use the tractor, which we like to for the verisimilitude, you know, we don't like running around just running in the field yanking up wheat with our hands like a lot of people do. But I see why they do it because you have to be inside the thing and it's easy to not line up with the tractor and then you have to hit H which flashes the headlights on and off. And then you may or like it starts the game at some random point, which is really irritating. And you have to do that over and over and over. And then you have a really fast mini game. It's easier to break into mailboxes than it is to play the mini game for getting the wheat, which is annoying. Like it's legal. You should have to fight this much for it, you know? So that's the normal tempo, and then she does a headstand because for some reason that is the thing that happens to me. Place is littered with dead pigs now. I don't know why because the normal pigs just start running now, so it's actually kind of hard to tell the normal pigs from the ones you're supposed to catch. And then like that's just a normal pig. I'm not supposed to catch that, but he's running. They didn't used to run, and it was you know, they would just keep wandering around in here. It's actually kind of more realistic that they run now. Put that down before I fall down. You are not my pig. You're my pig. There's another dead pig. I have 2 more pigs. You're not my pig. You're my pig. Okay, I have 1 more pig. Which one are you? Are you this one? Yes. Oh, yeah, left it unlocked. I'm surprised. He's always locking it. I guess we'll take them all, but I can't. I got them, but they're not all gonna fit in there, right? Do any more fit in there or no?
They can. At least you.
Alright, I got 2 on me. No, I can't fit. I got. Right, I have a pig still. I have 1 pig on me. I'll put it in the glove box. I'll squish the pig into the glove box.
Yep.
Alright, we got a very capacious glove box. It has a pig in it now, so there's not a lot of room. You want to try to go another time, or go with what we got?
If we go another time, we have to put more pigs in the go box.
I know, because we won't be able to carry the pigs. We won't be able to carry all the pigs.
Yeah, we can try one more time.
Hi, Moon. Yeah, I think the most broken minigame is the wheat. And I don't know that anybody's actually brought that up to them, but they really need to fix the wheat minigame because that is just actively discouraging people from doing the RP of driving the tractors around the field, which we like to do. We like the tractors, plus Florence can't run around the field. So if they fix that so that it initiated like easier, for some reason it's just so difficult to get it to go, and then you don't know which of the many times you're mashing the H it's going to actually go, so it suddenly starts and it's very fast. And I haven't actually had a character rob a mailbox, but Rusty Trekkie has, and apparently the comparison is pretty stark that robbing the mailbox is so much easier because you know when it's going to happen. Really was supposed to go in Badger Hollow today. I want to do Badger Hollow today, but Judy and Ricky need pigs for the pub, so we had to go here and do pigs. Oh my god, I'm glad I got that pig. Poor Judy. At least you don't get injured. Like you used to sustain injuries from doing this. Back in when we first did it with the chickens. Pig. And they had to take that off because people just can't do the game. They can't sustain the injuries. Because you used to get really, really injured just throwing yourselves into, if you hit fences and things. You are not one of my pigs. God damn it, pig. You look like the other pigs. You're not one of my pigs. How many pigs do I have? 6. Oh, no, I don't want to put my gun on the ground. Ah. One more pig. Make fun. Cram these pigs into the glove box. It actually holds a lot of glove box. Huh? Oh, sorry. All right.
Huh. Now
Okay.
all the pigs inside are dead.
Well,
They annoyed me so much. I see you killed two, so.
I mean, it was an accident. I didn't mean to kill the pigs. It was an accident. Okay, I guess we gotta go to the tire and see if it's still open. It's not still open. Go damn.
No?
No, it's not.
Ooh.
We can stop at we can get a repair kit at the U-Tool if you want.
It's fine, it can hold.
Alright, let's go slaughter some pigs.
Mm-hmm.
Not seeing the map. I had to reset the HUD because I wasn't seeing my meters, and now I'm not seeing the map, so. The mini map. Let's turn that off. Makes a cleaner map. I got bulletin boards Mark II. I don't really need those right now. There, everything should be clean. Take the. Is it faster or slower to take the freeway to East Los Santos? Probably slower, right?
Mm.
Because there's like. There isn't really a decent exit ramp that you can take.
No.
Like you have to turn a substantia road and then go. It's just like a pain in the ass. I mean, you can do that, but I think it's faster to just go the regular way. None of my characters are into dumpster diving. They haven't been doing the bins. Probably should. But I mean, Brenda's sort of semi-retired at this point. I haven't played Brenda in a while. I should probably either just shoot her get off the pot, either have her resign or I guess officially go on long-term LOA, because I don't know when I'm going to want to play medical. I just haven't wanted to, and just the thought of it makes me kind of anxious. I was going to do a scene with Nuke. If they want to do it, we were going to do a thing with them, but I don't know if they're up for it or not. I think they're at a good place now for this. That's part of the story arc, but I don't know. I'm happy to do the scene if they want. I just don't really want to do any more emergency medical on here. I'm done. I don't mind doing like a little bit of GP stuff. I could come in and do appointments and things, but I'm like this time of day nobody's around that wants the appointments, so I don't know. Nick and Brenda are semi-retired. I'm trying to think of what else I'd want to do with them, because they're literally just medical characters. We just brought them here to do medical, and Nuke needed more doctors because they were the only doctor attending Bless that was active, and it was bad. So we brought these two over, Nick and Brenda over, and now things are okay. So, but that over 3 months of being the director plus the previous months being the deputy director, I was a lot of months on command, and I just like need to get away. Need a break from that. Plus, it was over the wipe, the soft wipe, and also there were some issues with the dev we had that I just, we no longer have, which is good. It just made for everything being like a strain and a trial, and it was just difficult. And I just want to come here and play and have fun. I don't want to have to actually do a second job that I don't get paid for. So it was enough. And it was very nice for Clerk to step up. Help out with that and get some more hiring done. And I mean, there's just always a need for the medical staff to be hired. There's always a need for it. I was thinking more about doing the psych, like helping with the psych stuff, because that's interesting, and it isn't emergency, and it's all by appointment. So that's nice. I mean, some of the psych is like dictated by the courts, or you know. I'm just picking a very circuitous route to get to this place, but it's his business. I'm not gonna say anything because it's not the route that I would pick. Put it that way. But that I just have to give up on my ACDC tendencies with this game and with him, and just let him do his thing. See, that could work. That Sustancia Road thing could work, but it takes quite long. I swear to God, she hissed at us.
No, she said crap.
Oh, okay.
I can carry 6.
Hi there, kitty.
I...
Fancy meeting you here.
You want to have my babies and shit, right?
I want to hear your babies and shit, yeah. Want to bear your barnacloids. It was just something weird that one of my exes used to say. Come, big, come to your inevitable doom. I remember the last time we did this, I just broke my leg. Oh, I'm just having coffee still. I had such a week. I had a busy week this week. I had a lot of work to do. Then Thursday I had to go. Wednesday we had a work lunch. So I had to leave the house and go out of the house and go drive my car to a place and eat lunch with some colleagues. Then Thursday I had to get up really early to go to a doctor's appointment, and then I had to work the rest of the day. And that was interesting because that's a new doctor. Like, I had the same doctor since I moved to Ottawa in 1991, and she retired because I knew inevitably she would retire because she's the same age as me. And this very young man has taken over her practice. Now, her practice is mainly ladies and babies. It's a very women-centered practice, and I haven't had a male doctor in since the 80s. So this was and plus this one. I mean, I definitely have socks that are older than this guy. I definitely do. And it's like, yeah, I didn't know how he'd be, and I didn't know how. But he's really sweet, and I thought he was really kind and nice, and not like preachy or anything. Like, I thought he would be like, well, you're fat, you got to exercise more, and you got to get out of the house more. So he wasn't really that. He wasn't that preachy. He was fine. I mean, he knows I know that I should be eating better and
What do we need
exercising.
it? On steaks?
I'll tell you in a minute. I think we need it on both bacon and let me just look it up in my mental record. We have 89 raw pork chops at this stage, so we do need pork chops. We have 160 bacon, but pork chops is getting low. As I'd like to split it. I was like, I'm talking and he's not hearing. Hi there, can you hear me?
Yes.
You can hear me?
Mm-hmm. You said that we
Can you
have
hear me now?
either both, but
Can you hear me now? It's
we
not.
had so many. We haven't sold that much food. Where the hell did it go?
I don't know. For some reason, it's not lighting up. I might have to have an out. I don't mind getting Piggy's one of these or things like we do, so I don't mind too much. I hope you guys are doing well today. Oh, and then Friday, I was telling you about my week. On Friday, I had to take my cat to the vet, but by taking my cat to the vet is, of course, pretty involved. I have to give her gabapentin the night before, and then 2 hours before, I have to give her more gabapentin, which she does not like. But at least I mean, I can do it. And that was in the middle of the day, so it kind of like the appointment was in the middle of the day. So I did play, but I was worried about like getting distracted and missing, my opportunities to get her. And then there's more to it. You got to find her in the house because she's a very quiet cat. She makes no noise. Plus, when she's doped up on gabapentin, she's asleep somewhere. So I have to go find her. Fortunately, I was able to figure out where she was, so that I could go get her pretty easy. And then I had to have the crate ready to take her in, and then you get the crate in the car and you got to buckle
My
her
first
in.
four. You just see the 2 or 3 all the time.
And then, I have to drive to the place. And it's Friday at lunchtime, so you think, well, I don't know what kind of weather, what kind of traffic you're going to be. So you don't really know for sure what time you have to leave to get there. And then, and then you get to wait for your appointment. I got there a bit early, so I had to wait. And then the traffic was good. And then you have the appointment, and she's like, she has a reputation because she used to be when she's been going there since she was a kitten, and it's cat only practice, and it's very nice, and there's one male veterinarian, and the rest of the staff are all women. She likes men better than women as a rule. But there were three vet techs plus the vet and me in the room kind of wrangling her. There's a picture on my Discord if you want to see. And she was really good this time. She hissed at them a couple times, but she wasn't too bad. She has been known to bite them. I don't know why she hates the vet so much. They've always been so nice to her, but she just doesn't like it. And she has stage 2 kidney disease, so we're keeping an eye on that. I had to get blood work done, a urinalysis. It's like money, goodbye money. Very expensive, but I've got the money. I just, I'm also kind of worried about economically what to do because I'm turning 65 this year, so I really should think about, converting some of my RSPs into riffs, and I don't really know how that's done. And I kept saying, all the videos I've seen was talk to your financial advisor. Talk to your financial advisor. I don't have a financial advisor. I'm just making this shit up as I go along. So
Give me a Piggly Wiggly.
I should have talked to a financial advisor 6 years ago when my husband died. He did not want a financial advisor. Before that, he would fight and fight and fight the idea of getting help with our finances because he didn't want anybody knowing how poor he was. Because he was an artist and he didn't have much money and he was self-conscious about it. And all I can say is it would have been helpful, and I would have done. I was getting around to the idea of doing it, and then the pandemic hit, and it was like everything went, ape shit. So, and now, retirement is upon me. I could work another couple of years easily. Well, I wouldn't say easily. I don't really want to work anymore, but it's not like I have to leave my job at 65 or anything. In fact, my boss would really prefer I didn't. So. But I do kind of have to plan for that transition and start talking to them about it. I could go down to 3 days a week. I only work 4 days a week at this point. And I could go back down to... I've been working 4 days a week for so long and it's worked for me, but I'm starting to also think I could work less. So I really should probably find a financial advisor and talk to them. There is a guy at my bank who keeps saying, well, I'm here if you want to talk. But I don't know if bank people are the best people to talk to, but I don't really want to pay a financial advisor at this stage because I don't have a lot of investments. So I don't know what. I don't know. I grew up in a family of people that were very A, risk averse, and B, bad with money, to the point where they were just like, my father was a real hide the money in a mattress type. Like he literally knew nothing about making money or investments or anything like that. So everything my parents had, they worked very hard for, and they didn't know anything about investing or anything. And I don't know anything about investing either, but at least like I've owned stocks in the past. I've got mutual fund RSPs. But this is a problem, is right. I'm trying to figure out, well, the volatility of the market because of Trump and his, imagined trade war, his invented trade war with countries that have no problem with the United States, but all of a sudden everybody's the enemy. And Trump's idea of politics is that there are winners and losers. The concept in business that there are winners and losers isn't even a concept in business. He's just made this up because he's playing little toy soldiers games in his little brain, and it's just literally you can have both sides win in business and in politics and in every governance. there can be mutually beneficial arrangements. And he just doesn't seem to understand that. And it's painful to see that he wants to screw everybody over. It's just painful to be on the receiving end of this weird childish mentality that there's only such things as winners and losers. I don't know. I don't want my money to disappear. But my hard fought for money that I've worked hard for could disappear. He's caused, the last time I dared look, he had cost me $16,000, but that's not that much. But they're talking about worldwide recessions if he keeps this up, and I'm like, please, I need that retirement money. I want to retire. I don't want to lose all the money I have. So, and I don't have a pension from my company. I just will have my government pensions, which in Canada is not that much. I will start getting old age security in July because I will turn 65, and I don't really get a say in that. They're going to start paying it to me. So I have to start sticking it in a special account so that I can use it to pay taxes. And my tax rate will go down when my income goes down, but... Hi, Jeff. How you doing? Balancing everything and just, concern about the future is through the roof for people. And concern about the future is always, potentially a problem for older people anyway, because you just don't know what's going to happen. I should have, like I said, asked for financial advice yonks ago. I could ask my brothers-in-law. I have two accountant or finance brothers-in-law, and I should just ask them. One of them is retired or semi-retired now. He's a year older than I am. The other one is a few years older than I am. As far as I know, he's still working because he owns his own business doing bookkeeping.
Oh god, only 16.
I don't know. I just don't know how to. I don't know how to money is. I don't know how to do money. Maybe I should just put it under my mattress like my dad would. I'm a lot better off than a lot of people. I own my own house. I own my car, although I might have to replace it at some point in the next few years. It's a 2017. So it's getting on. But I'm a lot better off than and I have no debt. I don't have any debt, which is, really good. A lot of people get to my stage of life, they still have debt, they still owe money on their car or their house or whatever, and I just I don't, and I haven't had debt for years. Other than current credit card debt, which I pay off every month. So I just don't have debt. And I'm very risk averse at this point. But I'm worried. So I have to bite the bullet and actually go talk to humans. And the thing about my house is we bought this house back in 2001 for 9/11. I felt it was very overpriced at the time, but now looking back on it, of course, it was good to get into the housing market. Of course, it's always good if you can manage it. And we bought the cheapest house on the best street we could afford. And since then, there have opened a commuter train station walking distance from my house.
Are you getting a lot of chew meat?
Yeah. So it's the value of the house has gone up, and 2 houses on my street have sold for over $500,000 since. Now they're nicer than my house, because we bought a fixer-upper and then we failed to fix it up. We decided to go live life instead, which I am glad for because my husband didn't have as long a life as we had hoped. So it has been, but I still could get a pretty penny for this house because it has a big lot. It's now walking distance from the train station that'll take people downtown for commute instead of having to take a bus. It's got most things you need are in fairly, it's even got a decent walking score, even though most people out in this neck of the woods don't walk. There's a liquor store and a beer store and pharmacy and restaurants and things, grocery store within walking distance of my house. So it's really well positioned. So I think the house will be my saving grace potentially. If I ever have to be in the position of selling the house and moving into a home, then I should be okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to my niece in June. I'm gonna go see my niece in June. And he asked for some advice. She's not in the business herself, but her husband is an investor.
I'm stuck.
You're
Pig stopped coming. It's right there.
I don't see your pig.
There is a pig. It just stuck there.
I can't do anything. I think you might have to take a quick nap. I see you struggling with the pig, but I can't get it for you. Like there's no pig for me other than my pig. And I can't, you're going to have to take a nap, honey. You might lose that pig, but it's okay. Just take a nap.
I can't even,
Oh, just close your eyes. Anyway, her husband is very good with investments and things and is my age, so I think we'll be able to, maybe he'll be able to give me some advice if he's there. I don't know if he's going to be there, but he's going to be there. Maybe I can get stuff set up. I just need to talk to people, that's all. I don't think my brothers-in-law are especially skilled at that stuff, but they're... It's also kind of complicated because, by the age of 71, you have to convert all your RSPs into these RIFs, Registered Retirement Income Funds, and I've just been kind of going blind on that stuff. I've had the same portfolio for a very long time, so... I know! I have to go talk to them. I have to talk to people. I have to go out into the world and talk to people. But I really don't want to be house poor, like all my money is in the house, because then you can't access it except for these reverse mortgage things, and I don't really want to do that. But also, I don't have any children. That's another thing that kind of frees me up a little bit, is I don't have kids. I don't need to, worry about the future of some other generation because we didn't actually produce any. So with any luck, I'll be able to afford to not work for the maybe 20 years I have left. If I even have that, it might be more 15. I don't know. I've always been pretty healthy. My mother and my grandmother both died at 80, but they went through the wars, and I've lived in Canada my whole life. I've had good nutrition. I've had good education. I've got good dental care. Hi there. Welcome back. I've had all those advantages that they didn't have, their generation didn't have. But I'm also sit on my ass and play video games all day, so that's another problem I get. I just told my doctor that I was concentrating on my mental and emotional health after the pandemic instead of exercising. Because I was. Really? I mean, it's not really a lie. It's just like, you know, it is true that I have been, when my husband died in 2019 in July, a couple of days after my birthday. I told him if he died on my birthday, I'd kill him, so he laughed. But my birthday was kind of his last lucid day. And then of course I was just like numb for 6 months. And then I was just starting to feel like I was coming out of that and able to kind of cope with things. And then the pandemic hit. And then I was working from home and isolated from everybody. And I was like, this is not a good place. I am not in a good place. Well, I mean, it was in a way. I had, I owned my own home. We had paid off the house before that. And I had bought another car. So, I was in pretty good condition that way. But I was alone and I was fearful and everything was uncertain. And then at some point, YouTube decided to randomly recommend gaming videos to me. It wasn't really random. It's because of it was because of I had watched the Guild series, and then they had a reunion, and that got recommended to me because I'd watched the Guild, so I watched the reunion D&D game where they raise money for charity, and then it started recommending me other video game VODs, and then I figured out that it was actually live on Twitch that this stuff was happening. So I got a Twitch account and I started watching GTA Roleplay on Twitch. And that was the beginning of the end, really. Video games are cool. And I never would believe that I would be doing it. And I'd taking them up at age 62 or whatever I was, 62 when I started doing this. And it's because I was in a streaming community. Felix Lalou from No Pixel kind of settled in with his community because they were all really nice and sweet. And they started convincing the old lady that she should get a computer and play games with them. And I did. Got a laptop. It's really a good laptop. And I thought it would be all I'd ever need. It was wrong. It's very, very wrong. Now I'm sitting here with my 2 monitors and iPad for my chat, and like I built this gaming table. I ordered it and built it, and I've got my gaming computer, and yeah. And it's partly your fault because I was watching Death Dot and doing playing Dion Tam on No Pixel. Yeah, it's partly Death Dot's fault. And other people too. Like I started out, watching. Then I started out being a mod.
There you go.
Okay. And then a mod for some No Pixel streamers, and then started getting deeper and deeper into it. And then all of a sudden, GTA was on sale and I bought it. And I played a couple of the missions as Franklin, but I mostly just stole cars and drove Franklin around. And when I got tired, I would just drive him into the ocean and drown him. How you doing, Bow? That's Bows. How you doing? And then I actually started playing GTA Roleplay on No Pixel Public. And we did that, and that's where I met Dunn. And And we became kind of unlikely friends because I'm like an old lady from Canada and he's like a young man from, well, young. He's older than a lot of the players. I know. I became a gamer. It's crazy. I actually did variety on my birthday last year. I should probably do that again. We played games. We ended up playing what did we play? What did we play? Moon. Party Animals. Moon and Nun and I played Party Animals. And we had some audience games going. And it's funny. I thought and then long after I started getting accepted on whitelist servers like Ignite, the first Ignite 1.0, the good one. We should do variety together. I'm not good at scary games. Like I don't do scary games. I do cozy games. I can't really do scary games, but Dunn was messaging me about what is it, Phasmophobia today. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna. If there's a game that makes him scream like a little girl, I don't think my blood pressure could deal with it. Although I've watched people play it. I've watched people play that. I've watched people play. Is it Dead by Daylight? Yeah. So Dan and I met my EMS on No Pixel Public. The original No Pixel Publics were purple and green. And then they closed purple, so we played together on green. And my EMS was FTO for his EMS. Well, not when I say FTO, I mean it wasn't an FTO because they made it almost impossible. Like it was ridiculously difficult to progress in EMS on public. It was stupidly hard. They made it very, very, very difficult, and there was no particular reason for that other than they just could, so they did. Okay, so that's what we got. 265. Everything on about medical on public was really fraught, and it was control. It was all about control, right? So it just made it really unpleasant and difficult. We have 265 pigs, so we're each going to get half. Do you want to do pork chops with yours and I do bacon, or what do you want to do?
Sure.
I'll leave you 133. Let's see if we can get in here. Oh, I can't. Is it opening for you?
Yes.
Alright, well, yeah, it's not opening for me. I think I might need to have a quick nap myself, actually. I'm gonna go over here and have a quick nap. I can't see my... I'm just gonna reboot. Things are a little weird. Oh god, no, I didn't do that, did I? I'm so used to being able to just launch 5M immediately after quitting 5M, and I can't lately for some reason. I might have just messed it up. Launch. 5M, please launch. No, it's gonna. Anybody know a cure for that? No, it's not launching. The only thing I've been able to do to launch it is to reboot. And I don't really want to do. I'll lose you, nice people, but I don't know what to do about launching 5M when I accidentally try to launch it too fast. I just tried to run it as an administrator, wouldn't let me. I literally have to reboot. Get this to work, I think. I could just wait a sec. Let's see if it will get its head. I don't think it will, though. All right, I think I have to reboot. I will be right back.